42 seconds spent on one goddamn logo. Also Disney.
Hey, turtle. Dave, cookie.
Kids. Also,
I like turtles.
these kids seem to have misheard their teacher saying, "What do you want to name the turtle?" as "What do you want to do to the turtle?" Based on how deep the sand is compared to the height of the turtle, how far back the tank appears to go, and how the turtle climbs a gradual slope to exit the water, this turtle being able to completely submerge itself in this tank is all the bull. Also, this isn't a heat lamp. The turtle might appreciate the light, but I'd be surprised if it makes up for freezing to death. Also, between the Luxo Jr. cameo and the Finding Nemo shoutout, this movie is already in full-on Pixar Memberberries masturbation mode less than 2 minutes in, and I don't like any of it.
I'm Mabel, and I'm gonna get you out of here.
Mabel's heart is in the right place, but stealing is stealing, and therefore my hands are tied, mainly because Mabel tied them up, so I couldn't tell on her before she escaped. F***ing Mabel. Imagine how sad every kid who reads this sign must be when they realize they're not currently in a classroom, and therefore the kind words on it don't apply to them. Considering there are several animals actively suffocating and trying to eat each other while confined in a small, dark space inside that backpack, it should look and sound like an episode of Tom and Jerry is filming in there.
Hey, you! What's in that bag?
The frog noise comes after he asks this question. So why is a random janitor asking a random student what is in their backpack at school? Why wouldn't he just assume books? Also, the idea that any janitor gives two f***s what kids are doing at the school is hilarious in its own right. Hoppers doesn't school janitor correctly. Part of me understands Mabel wanting to hide her true power, but another part of me thinks she might have made it past the teachers and saved those animals if she'd just gone further beyond. Birds can fly, frogs can jump, and we've begrudgingly accepted that animated snakes can launch themselves from a coiled position. But how did the hamster and the turtle get sent so high into the air? And is someone going to save them from a likely lethal fall? If Mabel's already in the principal's office getting full-on screamed at, she's been in there long enough to where I feel comfortable sitting the fact that this teacher should not have taken this long to get crushed back in his turtle tank.
You cannot bite people.
Citation needed.
Mom, I gotta get back to work. Can you take her for a few hours? Thanks.
Mabel is already out of the car when her mom asks Grandma Tanaka if she can watch Mabel, and she drives away before Grandma Tanaka can even answer. Mabel's mom is a dick. Walking through any wooded area barefoot.
I used to get really mad, but not anymore. Want to know my secret?
Ooh, let me guess. Cynical indifference disguised as realism? Constant unregulated online shopping? Psychedelic drugs? Yep, knew it. I considered removing a sin for this great message about the value of being outside and experiencing nature. Then I realized how depressing it is. Such a message needs to be communicated to people in the first place. This special place montage, special places for all to some time.
No matter what happens, you've always got this glade.
She does not. Telling me it's present day, but not giving me the actual year it's supposed to be. So I just have to assume this is the year of our Lord 2092. And then I have to send the movie for there being no flying cars or humans implanting their minds into the body of a robotic animal. Wait.
Gotta go, Grandma.
It's a Disney movie, so the main character's parent and or grandparent has to have died cliché. This skateboard animation looks so fakey. Hey Larry, aren't there incredibly strict regulations around transporting sticks of dynamite? Yeah, but I say f*** it, Harry. Just throw them in the back and let them roll around. What's the worst that could happen? The idea that in 2092, walkie-talkies are still the most common way of communication on a job site. This is very much a Mabel survives this moment, considering he was about to press the button to detonate, but also, why are they so f***ing close to where the explosion will take place? Maybe it's safe enough with it just being a beaver dam, but why take that chance? Pretty sure a sharp stick flying at your chest after an explosion could cause some damage.
Hey, get off the beaver dam! It's full of dynamite!
The thing my college girlfriend said to me one night after we both ate too much Mexican food for dinner somehow makes its way into the script.
Relax, everyone. I'll take care of this.
You have a very enraged teenager standing on a beaver dam full of dynamite rigged to explode. The one thing no one should be doing is relaxing.
Hi, I'm Mabel Tanaka. I just need 2 minutes of your time. Need 1 minute of your time? We can do this in 12 seconds. I timed it.
Haha, it's funny because people suck. Also, this petition signing montage, petitions on for all to some time.
Frogs, fish, cute duck family, baby ducks, more baby ducks. I basically lived in that glade growing up.
It's great that Mabel found someone to talk to. And the same goes for this old man. But did she already forget she only has 48 hours to save the glade? As therapeutic as it may be, this seems like a lot of time spent on one signature that she doesn't even get in the end.
Yes! Huh?
I'm just as confused, Mabel. Who doesn't specify what type of bread they want? This is how you end up with raisin bread, people. Getting your Cartoon Network in my Pixar movie. Movies that believe colleges use traditional high school and grade school bells.
My dear, you won't be in college forever.
Well, not with that attitude, you won't.
Those animals are gone. They left after the resident beaver moved out.
And as clued into animal activities as May is, she should honestly already know this. This might be the most unbelievable part of a movie that includes human beings zapping their minds into robotic rodents. This majestic manipulation of multiple magnets is maddening.
Look after this place. okay?
People who say things like this as they're dying never seem to realize how the message is likely to be interpreted. To a lot of people, she basically just said, if something happens to this place, it's your fault, and you will have failed me personally.
It worked! It worked!
But how exactly? We're going to find out it's not a real beaver, and that Dr. Sam is inhabiting it. So why is Dr. Sam sniffing around for food that a robot beaver would never eat, or probably even be able to? Also, Dr. Sam and friends conveniently test their mechanical beaver in the one spot they know Mabel will be trying to find a beaver, which is convenient. Mabel is actually keeping up with a speeding automobile on a fucking skateboard. Dr. Sam, in beaver mode, elects to stand up and grab the railing when descending the stairs, a move that could only make her more likely to fall down said stairs. Dr. Sam doesn't notice this.
There's a simple explanation.
Thinking that the ability to zap your brain into a robot animal has a simple explanation.
We call it hoppers.
Top credits.
I refined that idea, hired 2 like-minded souls with relevant skill sets, and after years of work, we've done it, Mabel.
Yada yadaing a technological feat such as being able to transfer your fucking mind into a goddamn robot.
You created a fake animal.
Yes!
Which makes the other animals think you're an animal.
Yes!
Movie chooses to overlook all of the heightened sensory mechanisms that allow an animal to identify another animal of its species, like pheromones, specific visual cues, and unique acoustic signals.
This is like Avatar.
This is nothing like Avatar.
It is. But also, acting like Avatar is an original piece of anything. Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest, Dances with Wolves, and Pocahontas have all in the chat.
We do not interfere with the workings of nature.
This is exactly what you are fucking doing.
Just give it back!
Dr. Sam and Nisha come out of this unscathed. Hell, for how heavy those old monitors are, this might even need to be a they survived this sin. I guess it's both.
Sorry, Doc. I'll bring it right back.
Mabel has never gone through this process of mind transfer, and yet she will somehow do it without the aid of the people who created this process and suffer 0 physical and mental consequences. In other words, Mabel's brain survives this. Also, conveniently for Mabel, they had a beaver animatronic all set up and ready to go. The exact animal she needed to become. Science!
Wait, what? Oh, nice.
Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
I'm just gonna borrow it to...
Dr. Sam and her colleagues have also been able to imbue the animatronics with the actual animal speak of each species. Why the f*** is Sam still teaching science at a college and not a billionaire from selling this patent?
It's locked on!
Which makes sense, because you wouldn't want the human body that is currently in such a fragile state being easily distracted or tampered with, and everyone working on this project should f***ing know that already.
Mabel, come in! Come in!
Dr. Sam?
This magical earpiece that allows Mabel and Dr. Sam to speak coherently to each other makes the universal translator in Star Trek look plausible.
Stop it! Stop!
She found the button.
They added a button to their robot that mutes all communications and disables tracking. Is there a text that says press if stealing on this button as well?
Mabel! Mabel! Mabel!
Excitement?
Quiet down, food. My kids need to eat.
Using "my kids are hungry" as an acceptable reason for murder. Also, a movie with talking animals conveniently makes it convenient for all species to speak the exact same language cliche.
What's that?
It's an arrow, Ted.
Discount Charlotte would be excellent at stating the obvious sins.
The Glade. They're building a beltway on top of it.
I'm having less of a hard time believing in hopping technology than I am believing there's a word in the beaver language for beltway.
We do not use hopping technology to upset the natural order.
But once again, that is 100% what it would do. There would be basically no way to avoid it.
Guys, you should see this.
You better come take a look at this cliche.
Whoa, look at all those species.
A person who studies animals for a living in their natural habitats is shocked to see animals in their natural habitats.
Why are they all here?
Ellen, Loaf, or any of the other animals standing around act as if they're unaware of Mabel talking, but there is no way they wouldn't hear her question.
How did he get a little crown?
That's your question?
As it should be. It's the most important question.
Let's welcome Mabel, everyone. There's always room for one more.
Citation needed.
With all these animals living in one little pond, we needed some rules to make it work.
Acting like different species of animals residing in the same ecosystem is something unique.
Hello to you, Steve. That's pond rule number 2. When you gotta eat, eat.
Casual murder of Steve is casual.
Pond rule number 3. We're all in this together.
Pond rule number 2 is that animals can eat other animals if they need to. And pond rule number 3 is that animals must help other animals in need. So wouldn't every animal simply ask for help whenever they're about to be eaten?
Why did everyone come here?
Hey, psst, I'll tell you.
Oh, hello.
Ah, yes, the exposition worm, evolutionary cousin to the earthworm.
Whenever animals lose their homes,
The king invites them to come live here. That's why he built this crazy place.
Thinking you can build nature.
Humans just don't see it that way. They want it all to themselves, and they don't care about you or anyone else.
I think in their hearts, they do.
They don't. I'm telling you.
Be careful, movie. Mabel now having the physical form of an animal adds a bit of nuance to this message, but you're still dangerously approaching beavering me over the head with it territory, and I'll be damned if I'm going to put up with that.
I'm really flattered, but I'm married to the job, and I'm not looking for a mate. And not to mention, I'm way too old for you.
I hate to be the one that has to tell you both this, but artists on the internet are going to make you guys regardless, so you might as well.
There's just this noise. It sounds like...
This scene of the animals impersonating the pond noises on for all the sometime.
You can see why everyone laughed!
Because of a noise that only animals can hear.
Is it possible to have a noise that only animals can hear? Of course. Is it likely that Mayor Jerry could find the one specific frequency that would affect all the species in the pond? Sticking with no hopping wit.
Tell me where it's loudest!
Using King George as your own personal noise detector without his explicit consent. Making the speakers this obvious to find. I get Mayor Jerry isn't worried about the animals discovering anything. But what about someone like Mabel? Someone on the approval committee? Or another animal activist that might give a shit?
Hearing loss is forever!
King George is addicted to gene therapy, auditory hair cell replacements, and cochlear implants.
Mabel, I don't think beavers can climb!
This one can!
I like Mabel's enthusiasm, and while beavers have been known to climb angled trees or logs to get food, they aren't commonly climbing vertical trees, and therefore Mabel is getting a sin. Mabel, or at least Mabel's consciousness inside a robot beaver, survives this.
She seems to have instead become a beloved Joan of Arc type rebel leader.
Going with Joan of Arc when comparing Mabel to someone like Greta Thunberg would make more sense and be way less f***ing dark. The construction of the beaver dam in this montage is surprisingly accurate to real life, but I barely noticed it, as I was so busy wondering how the beavers know to play Loverboys working for the weekend during their work montage if they can't understand the lyrics. Also, Loverboy. King George breaks the fourth wall here harder than a beaver dam reinforced with extra vegetation. The beavers get how cool that is.
It's hard to be mad when you feel like you're part of something big.
What I tell myself every time I read YouTube comments on our videos somehow makes its way into the script.
The Beaverton Beltway, getting you where you need to go up to 4 minutes faster.
I bet a lot of you scoffed at this line, but I also bet a lot of you aren't being totally honest about how much nature you'd gladly see destroyed to get across town 4 minutes faster.
My dad tried to start a new family, and Uncle sought to usurp him. The Twig Wars began. Next thing you know, they're like, "Hey, return from exile, you're the king!"
Disney movie having a character use a previous Disney movie plotline that actually stole their plotline from another classic IP to explain their life story is the most Disney thing to ever Disney.
There's just something different about you. You fight for what's right, you say what's on your mind, and you're not afraid of anything.
Oh, and it's also worth noting that you're the only beaver I've ever met that doesn't know pond rules, can't hear the sound in the loud place, and can't swim, but I guess you're just quirky.
Mabel of the Glade, will you be paw of the king?
King George doesn't seem like he inherited the madness, but I wouldn't risk it.
George, I'm not a real beaver.
Character is about to confess something of crucial importance but is interrupted at the last possible moment cliché. Mayor Jerry blew up the second dam in the middle of the night while animals were in the glade, which is highly illegal and means he almost certainly didn't get permission. Mabel should run to the authorities with this information, but she won't.
I don't understand. We just took it back.
Did the humans take it back?
The humans are dicks to the ironclad law of no take-backs.
All hail Mabel, paw of the king!
Is being paw of the king exclusive to animals with paws? If so, that's appendagist. Do each of the different animal kings and queens perform their dramatic intro sequence every time they meet? Or do they just want to spice this meeting up because they know it'll be in a movie?
Humans have overrun your glade and driven its residents onto your badly overcrowded shores. Now you seek our help in reclaiming it.
Everyone with half a brain watching this movie already knew what King George and Mabel wanted to ask the council, but I'm glad they repeated their request for all the quarter-brainers out there. After all, quarter-brainers are the ones leaving the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes that other quarter-brainers use to decide whether they will see the movie, so the movie needs to appease them.
Yes, will you help us?
No.
Why does the insect queen get to speak for the council? It could be a numbers or seniority thing, but for how aggressive the bird king and fish queen seem, I'm shocked they take orders from a bug.
Dry land matters do not concern the fish rail.
That's drylandist.
I think we're done here.
I know they can stretch to a degree, but how Mabel got that into her beaver pocket and got it here is beyond me.
Wait, who is Jerry?
The mayor of Beaverton.
Okay, and then we'll have Jerry, who was on screen not even 10 minutes ago, look directly at the camera with a creepy grin to remind audiences that he's the antagonist. That's genius, Stan, and completely necessary.
Squish.
Oh.
Telling a bunch of animals that they will be killed and removed from their homes if they don't do something about a particular person, and then being surprised when the animals decide they should kill that person. Squish! 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 Squish!
Boss, are you seeing this?
Dr. Sam is seeing it, but unless Nisha's bunny robot is auto-captioning everything and displaying subtitles on Dr. Sam's screen, there's no way she should have any idea what's happening.
Nisha, what happened?
Nisha's response isn't, I just experienced death in another body. I'm going to need a minute.
Go
Mabel,
get
please,
George!
stop it! We gotta get you back!
Surely the robot bird Connor is piloting speaks through a speaker and doesn't need to breathe. So why does Connor sound like he's choking?
Avian traitor, face the beast!
Threatening a guy with a good time. Also, stealing your tactical maneuvers from Coach Gordon Bombay.
And then the real fun can begin.
Waiting until 54 minutes into your movie for the real fun to begin.
Attend me as I pupate.
Forcing people to attend you while you pupate without their explicit consent. Also, Titus's caterpillar hormones just so happen to be at the perfect levels for him to pupate immediately after becoming the insect king.
Well, that was gross.
That's pupatist.
Because I'm so tired of feeling this way. Like everything's broken.
Skip.
Trust is like a dam.
It is not.
It's gonna leak sometimes.
It should not. Believing that anyone is obsessed with mayors.
Okay, Mom, here you go.
Feeding your mother diabetes.
See you at the rally, Mr. Mayor.
Being this excited to attend a mayoral rally, or really any political rally.
Drive now, rocket ship.
Okay.
I don't think Jerry checked behind him before backing up, and I also don't think vehicular manslaughter would help his re-election.
Exit in 5 miles. You are doing great.
He is, but why didn't Mabel just tell him to exit at the Beltway construction site, which is what the previous sign told us was coming up in 5 miles? Also, I can't text when there's a goddamn band-aid on my finger, but Mabel can somehow text perfectly with beaver hands.
May I?
King George got so pissed at Mabel when he made it very clear she needed to let him talk at the council meeting, but now that Mabel clearly has the situation under control, he's butting in to all that up. Hypocritical King George is hypocritical.
Chop wood logs. Chop wood logs. Lizard. Giraffe. Orangutan.
Movie has time for this. Movie has time for this. Movie has time for this. I could buy Tom being sucked out the window because he's tiny, but there's no way there's enough air pressure to remove 2 large beavers from the vehicle. This climactic sequence involving speeding vehicles and animals reminds me way too much of Finding Dory. And out of all the movies you could have reminded me of, Pixar, it had to be f***ing Finding Dory. I guess I should be grateful it wasn't Onward. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but Onward sucks all the medieval-themed restaurant balls. I know the council said earlier they needed to get an apex predator to go after Jerry, but weren't there any land-based examples available? A lion, a tiger, a Komodo dragon? They had a goddamn grizzly bear already in their group. How does it make any sense to use a shark to kill someone on land? So this is really less of a squish and more of a gnash to death by the large teeth of a great white shark. I guess that didn't have as much of a ring to it as squish. Carry on. Also, great white sharks can typically only survive out of water for a few minutes. Because of their size, their gills rely on constant water flow. I point all this out to say that given how long she's been out of the water and how she's survived, it is all the bull shark. Jerry has to be leaning back into the seat for this to work, and I'm very confident he wouldn't be leaning back toward the oncoming flying shark.
Just calm down and let me save your life.
Mabel, he cannot understand you. Cross-communication does not work in that beaver body.
How is this some kind of big revelation? Did she seriously forget that Jerry can't understand her in the less than 3 minutes it's been since she was using emojis to communicate with Jerry? It's genuinely impressive.
Jerry, it's me, Mabel.
This works, and Jerry doesn't immediately pass out and crash the car after hearing that Mabel is inside the body of a beaver. Diane survives this, and this, and this.
We're here to make the shark go away.
Pretty sure that happened when Diane fell back into the ocean.
Jerry, you broke the law.
Okay, 1, you can't prove anything.
Actually, she can. There are fake trees with animal-only noisemakers in them. This beaver bot goes through hell in this movie so far, and the only thing that damages it is being pulled on a bit by Mayor Jerry.
It's me, Mabel. Wait.
George can use a human radio and perceive emojis on a smartphone, so he should have no issue making the simple, logical inference that the girl who woke up as soon as the beaver robot shut down was piloting the beaver robot. But of course, we need our third act conflict, so he won't. If the snakes were an option, why wasn't that the first goddamn option explored? Makes a lot more sense than using a shark on f***ing land. Caterpillars typically take between 5 and 21 days to fully pupate. Titus pupated for at most a day or two, so the cocoon should have opened to reveal a goopy mess, not a butterfly.
Once the council learned we had created the fake animals, they made us put the science to the opposite use.
Maybe reversing the process would be as simple as switching a few inputs and outputs, but you're not going to get me to believe they built a f***ing Jerry robot in a matter of hours.
They put this into this.
Wait a minute, they? As in the animals? And not you or Dr. Sam or Connor? I'm calling major BS on the animals reverse engineering the technology that it took 3 scientists years to perfect.
Turns out, if you have enough fake loud trees in one place and put all the humans right in the middle, the sound is not just extremely annoying, it extremely squishes you.
But who exactly did the Animal Council test this theory on?
The animals got us, and it's all your fault.
Movie is making me side with Mayor Jerry, and I don't f***ing like it. You You could say it's turning us all having to watch this into Mad Men. Main character, at their wits' end, sees the ghost of a deceased parent and or grandparent and realizes what they have to do, cliche.
Okay. Am I supposed to...
Having a machine with this kind of technology just automatically go into hopping mode whenever someone puts on the headpiece. I feel like an on and off switch button is the least you could fucking do. Why does Jerry's hair translate to the beaver bot when he's piloting it, but Mabel's doesn't? Mabel's hair is far more noteworthy and significant to her looks. Blinding your most loyal constituents.
I mean, look what we did to this place. It once belonged to all kinds of animals. Not anymore. We love you, Jerry!
Politics. Unnecessarily parking the van this close to the edge of the unfinished beltway.
Animal homes, human homes,
They're all just one big place.
Getting this affectionate over someone plagiarizing you.
Nice speech. Too bad it sucked.
Thinking that the caterpillar equivalent of an angsty teenage boy is going to be moved by sudden therapy, especially in front of a crowd. I don't buy Jerry suddenly having the platinum-plated pair of balls required to do this. They successfully remove Titus from the Jerry bot, but he gets right back in because no one thought to remove the damn thing from the docking circle. Making it this easy for the face of your fake human robot to fall off when the face of your fake human robot is by far its most important feature. This movie's most important message is how shitty Face ID on a phone is. Face ID. Mabel trying to stop a wildfire with her jacket at all is stupid, don't get me wrong. But unless that small fire she was beating on was actually a small portal to hell, it really should have gone out.
No!
No. Deus Ellen Machina.
We need to get him to safety.
Taking the time to say the obvious when you're speaking to animals who can't understand you and are currently at risk of inhaling air that would kill you by scalding your lungs. Needing a conductor to assist in the taking down of a large pile of twigs. Also, they are able to get this dam taken apart in time to save the city from a raging fire, and that is all the beaver shit. Also, luckily for everyone, the dam is centered exactly in the right path for the water to get to the city. Ellen is putting in the work, but are there no other bears around? Where's Yogi when you need him? And how is Smokey not in on this fire-stopping action? Wet socks.
All right, folks. Let's clean this place up. I want it looking like we were never here.
I, the former antagonist of this movie, would like to announce that I am doing something to prove I am an antagonist no longer, cliche.
Now I can focus on all my other ideas, and I have a lot.
Ah, there you are. I was wondering when we'd see the obligatory references that tie this Pixar world to others, despite the connection making little to no sense.
Red heart, revolving hearts.
Disney attempting to prepare us for their envisioned future, in which we're all romantically involved with an AI model they own.
Oh, look at me. I'm the human king. I'm a big man. I do my taxes.
Donald Trump.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.